number 6 for MPA100, Fundamentals of Music at Monterey Bay, Cal State Monterey Bay. I'm Douglas Evans, and this video is going to focus on minor scales. We introduced those a little bit last time, video 5 at the end. So we're going to spend more time on them. Minor scales are a fascinating resource, but there's a lot to them. So we started by introducing the fact that for every major scale, there is a scale we called the relative, and that meant the relative minor. And what that meant is, again, I should use this one here. Let's use this one and get my keyboard back here. If we're familiar with the key of C major, using the white keys from C to C gives us the key of C major. I can use those same notes, but starting from the note A. There's an A, counting up the scale. Now if I go A to A, just the white keys, that's the scale of A minor. A to A using the same notes as C major gives me the A minor scale. So A is the relative minor of C major. That's one way of thinking about it. All of these scales have a lot of different ways to think about them, and that's what we're going to get into today. So G major, starting on the note G, using an F sharp and everything else is white keys, its relative is E minor. It's the 6th degree of a major scale. It gives us the tonic of its relative minor. So I can start on any E, and if I play the notes of G major, sorry about that, that is E natural minor. Well, there's another way, many other ways to think about it. One other way to think about this, though, is just let's just talk about C. So C also has a thing called the parallel minor. And this is just saying, if I start on the note C, and I want to play a minor scale, but I want C to be home, well, I can't just use white keys. I have to flat the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th. I just lower them a half step. Remember, I don't have that showing. I should have that handout showing. Well, I can do it on my keyboard. Let me show you on my keyboard. Right here, here's my keyboard. C, D, E flat is what I want to be the 3rd degree of my scale. F, G, A flat, B flat, C. Now, if we want to relate it back to the thing I was talking about a moment ago, C minor is the relative minor of E flat major. We know that because we know that E flat major is the major key with 3 flats. C minor is the minor key with 3 flats. So it's just like C major and A minor, E flat major and C minor. Every major key has a relative minor. So this new way to think about them is, if I start from C major as my starting point, I know that I have to lower the 3rd degree, the 6th degree, and the 7th degree to get the natural minor. Now, I put these accidentals here as reminders. Sometimes we call these cautionary accidentals, because the key signature over here has already lowered that one, and lowered that one, and lowered that one. But it makes it more graphically clear as I play the scale. Now, don't despair. This is actually fascinating, but it's also a lot at the beginning. There are 3 forms of the minor scale. So there is, in fact, the natural minor. There's also a scale called the harmonic minor. That's this one here. Same key signature. I leave the E flat unchanged. I leave the A flat unchanged. But I raise the B, and it sounds like this. That B natural gives me a real strong drive into C. It's a harmonic minor because that B makes a very important chord that we're going to learn later, a major chord. It's part of what makes us want to get to really land on this C. Now today I'm just introducing these three forms, so I'm going to go right into the next one, and then that'll be it for now. You will read pages 10, 11, and 12 of the Koskopane text. The third form of the minor scale is called the melodic minor, and it's kind of the odd man out, the weird one in a sense, because it's one form going up, but a different form coming down. So melodic minor, right here, E flat rising. I raise A. Those are all raised rising. So flat 3, but 6 and 7 are raised going up. But coming down, C, B flat, A flat. All right? This is true of every melodic minor scale. What we'll discover is there's a really sensible reason for this, and that is that the rising form and the falling form make it very easy to write very singable melodies, hence the name melodic minor. But that's enough for now. So practice the idea of a natural minor scale. It's the harmonic minor is different because the 7th is raised relative to that scale. The melodic minor, the 6th and the 7th are raised going up, lowered going down. When I say lowered, I mean the same as the natural minor. And when I say raised, I mean relative to the natural minor. And I'll sign off here.